What's interesting about ceramics is that it falls into a category of functional artwork and conceptual artwork. So for me, with functional artwork, I'll make pottery that people would use and I sell at craft fairs. So, but also I do things that are conceptual. There are two separate bodies of work. Earth and Ice, this was a body that I did that I've been working on now for a couple of years, inspired by global climate change. And the thing that I think of is that image of that polar bear floating on the iceberg. You know, he's kind of like, oh, I'm doomed. So one of the things that I try to do is try in a sculptural sense, in terms of the material, look like the glaciers that are melting and the polar caps that are melting, and then the earth that's underneath it. When I studied art as a student, I was like, I didn't really like Matisse. I'm like, why is this great art? I don't understand it, you know? And the idea of abstraction, and the longer that I've studied him, the more I've grown to appreciate him. So when he was taking a three-dimensional space, an interior or goldfish or like a building, and he was abstracting that onto a canvas, I wanted to take those abstractions on a canvas and turn them more into 3D. Not necessarily recreating, none of these are like really recreating the paintings. But if you look at the painting, you can say, oh, I can see what you were doing with that. So that's what I was trying to do, pay homage to Matisse in a three-dimensional way. There's two bodies of work going on here. They complement each other in kind of a weird way. Now I know it's because I'm using the same clay and the glazes, but when you're looking at these forms, with that as a backdrop, there's a dialogue that starts. And so I kind of want to have people kind of respond in that sense of like, oh, this makes sense with that. And I've been doing art for 30 years. And the thing I like about ceramics is that you can always do better. You can always get better. I would say this is some of the most interesting work that I've made. But we'll see next year it'll be something different,